lovelies. Thank you so much for joining me today on Read with Crid, where you read with me. Crid, today we'll be having a paint with me session, and for the first time ever, I'll showcase some of my personal work. I'll read two pieces, one named Worth Loving and two, Tragedy. We'll start with Tragedy. So get comfortable and paint with me. She was a flower, a hemlock, beautiful to see, but poisonous to touch. He was an Elysiana, unassuming on the outside, but gentle and tender within. She was born to break hearts, and he was born to fall in love. What a tragedy it was when they crossed paths. He fell for her, and he fell hard, embracing all of her, poison and all. But she broke him, not once, not twice, but more than his sweet little heart could take. The misfortune that was their love became one spoken about by the gods, written in the skies and constellations, never to be forgotten, sung in the songs of old, and told as legendary tales. And in the end, the boy who was born to love became the boy who was too broken to love again. And the girl who was born to break hearts became the girl who learned to love with all she was worth. Incompatible once again, their love, a true tragedy. The idea to write this particular one came to me while I was doing the dishes, and I thought of this girl who was born to break hearts, whose sole purpose was to cause pain, who ended up being loved so hard that she believed that she could be worth more than just breaking hearts, that she could love and love with everything that she was worth. But unfortunately, by the time she was realizing this, she'd broken him so much that he couldn't love her anymore. For understanding purposes, a hemlock is a flower. It's very beautiful. It's white and it looks like daisies, but without the yellow center. It's very, very beautiful. But everything about it is poisonous, from the petals to the stamen to the vines to the leaves. Everything about it is poisonous, and it does not have an antidote. So consumption of it is sure death. And that is a kind of imagery, I guess, of how her damage to him was irreversible. And an Elysiana is a cactus, but a beautiful cactus that doesn't have any spines. It's known as the dotted cactus, where instead of spines it just has little white dots. His gentle exterior and even gentler interior was so open to damage by our hemlock girl, and she did more damage than it was reversible. And in the end, well, they couldn't be compatible, just as they weren't compatible in the beginning. And that was a real tragedy. Our second piece is called Worth Loving. I wrote it as the persona. Whether it is about me or not really doesn't matter, but a bit of it has something about me. I hope you like it. You didn't love me. You said you did, but you didn't love me. Back then, I believed you. I needed to be loved to feel like I was worth anything. I needed your affection, your attention, your undying love to feel beautiful. You liked lighter girls, so I opened a Pinterest and filled it with tips on how to get lighter skin. You didn't like my gap, so I learned how to smile without it. You wanted bigger breasts and a smaller waist, so I starved myself and stuffed my bra. You taught me how to shapeshift, how to become the woman that people wanted. The girl with innocent eyes who would never break the rules, or the brat that did whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted, or the nerd who knew something about everything, or the bimbo with straw for brains. You taught me to beg for loving. You taught me that I was only worth something if I pleaded and begged for it. You taught me that my existence's validity had to be groveled for. You taught me that to be someone that actually mattered, I would have to kiss the feet of everyone else, for they were worth something, and I was worth nothing. You taught me that was love, and so I believed you when you said you loved me. I believed when you told me that I could be prettier. I believed when you said I could eat less and wear more makeup. I believed. You taught me how to count how many bites I ate in a day or how many inches were on my waist. You taught me that the girl in the mirror, oh, she needed to be changed. You taught me that the weighing scale was my enemy. You taught me that only then would I be beautiful. And I believed you. I was blinded by the facade of your so-called assistance, and I believed it was all for my good. Less cholesterol, right? No obesity, right? If I could see my ribs, then I was pretty, right? No. I'll eat more. I'll stop counting how many spoons I take. I'll stop checking my weight 15 times a day. I'll stop and I'll eat. And I'll stop wearing the makeup. And I'll dress how I like. Because the shade is gone and I see me. Me for who I am. Me for the jewel that I am. And you can't take that away from me. I'm different. I am not as light, not as dark, not as skinny, not as thick. I am me, and that's okay. I am me, and that's worth loving. The end. Well, of late, the phrase body dysmorphia has been coming to my mind a lot. Quite frankly, I'm okay with my body as is, but the concept of body dysmorphia has constantly been on my mind for some reason. And I felt like I needed to write this. I used my body for reference because it wouldn't be kind to use someone else's. But I have quite dark skin and I have a gap-toothed smile. And I looked at my insecurities about that and I amplified them in that poem. Now, so many times we can be blinded by this idea of what we see in someone else as the obvious, the true idea, the true identity of beauty. But you fail to realize how perfect and beautiful your body is. So what if some guys are buff? So what if some girls are skinny? There's beauty in your curves and there's beauty in your leanness. Not everything that you see around is what is right for you. I recently read something that said, sunsets are beautiful And flowers are beautiful. Fairy lights are beautiful, but none look alike. They're not even close. And that's the basic idea. Girl A and girl B, you're a flower, girl A, and you're a sunset, girl B. You're both beautiful, each in your own amazing, mesmerizing way. No two flowers are exactly alike. No two snowflakes are exactly alike. No two sunsets are exactly alike. So you can be two different sunsets. It doesn't mean that there only has to be one sunset. You can be a sunrise. And it doesn't take away any of your beauty. Rubies and opals and topaz, they're all beautiful. So why can't you be a clear-cut one and the other a square cut? Because you are all so amazingly, uniquely worth loving. That's it for the pieces that I was ready to showcase today. Sometimes these pieces are really, really personal, and it takes quite a lot to be able to put them in the open. Because, once it's out there, as these two now are, they can't really be taken back. And honestly, sometimes someone just isn't ready. But these ones I felt I needed to share, and they sufficed as the first ones that I ever shared on my YouTube. That being said, if you have any pieces of your own that you would like me to read on my channel, do let me know. I'll be more than willing to incorporate them into one of the episodes. Yeah. Well then, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you also liked my painting. It's been a minute since I did a big painting like this, but I really think I did a good job with it. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. And my giveaway is still going on, so please, please, please don't forget to participate, because your participation is the only way that this whole thing even functions. You are essential, you are necessary, you are worth it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.